I'm Jennifer Arrington, and these are my 3 assistive technology modifications. First, I'm going to do the modification for individual independent living. This is my friend Brent. How old are you, Brent?
28.
28. Brent is a 28-year-old male who has autism spectrum disorder. And Brent loves to talk on the telephone. But right now, Brent, if you want to make a call on the house phone, how do you have to call somebody? What do you have to do?
Get somebody to help me.
How do they have to help you? Gotta talk louder.
I gotta get somebody to help me.
What do they have to do? Tell you the what?
Phone number.
They have to tell you the phone number, okay? So I'm going to show you. This is a type of phone that you can purchase. It is a photo phone, and if Brent had one of these, it would make his life, him be able to live more independently. So Brent, let's look right here. Who are the people on this phone? Who's this?
My mom.
Who's this?
You.
Okay, who's this?
Elizabeth.
Who's this?
Will. Aaron. My dad. Granddad. And Kevin. And Nut. And Peanut.
And Dot.
Dot.
Okay, so if you wanted to call Dot, what would you have to do? You would just have to push her face. So can you push Dot's face? Okay. If you wanted to call Elizabeth, what would you do? Okay, what about Will? Okay, how about Peanut? Oh, that's not there. That's Peanut. So if you were to mash it by mistake, you would just hang up, okay, and then pick it back up and dial it again. Okay, so dial Peanut again. That's Kevin. So hang up, wrong uncle. Now, there's Peanut. Good. Now, what do you dial if you have an emergency?
A policeman.
Yep. What are those numbers you just mashed? 911. 911 is for any kind of emergency, right? Like a fire.
Or a shake and spell.
Or a shake and spell when you have a seizure. Or police, right? If you needed help. So if you needed help, you would mash 911. Okay, so show me, if you feel like you're going to have a shake and spell, who would you call? What would you mash? 911. If the kitchen was on fire, who would you call? That's right. If there was a stranger outside your house and you were scared, what would you call?
That.
That's right. Okay. So could this phone make it easier for you to live by yourself? You wouldn't have to rely on somebody else to give you a number?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brent.
You're welcome.
Okay. Now we're going to go over a communication device that I made. This is actually for my son, but as you can probably hear in the background, he is not wanting to be very cooperative. But at school, here at home, I pretty much know what he needs when he wants something. Just from 12 years, you kind of figure it out. So at school is a different story, though. When he gets upset at school or starts to have a meltdown or gets cranky, his teachers don't always know what it is that he needs or what would make him feel better, especially if he has a son. So I created this little folder and said, what would make you feel better? And it would have Velcro here for him to put a picture in. And on the other side of the folder are pictures of things that he enjoys. He loves Baby Einstein videos, which you can watch on YouTube. He loves blowing bubbles. He likes to play on the computer. He likes to use his iPad. He loves Starfall on the computer. He might just need a drink or a snack, or he might, since he's in the building with me, he might want to go see his mom. He might want to go out and play football for a few minutes or go play on the playground. So when he's having a little meltdown or a crisis, his teacher or his aide can offer him this folder and ask him what would he want to do, what will make him feel better. And then he could just pick whichever it was. Like if he wanted to get on Starfall, he could pick up Starfall and put it in the circle for her. And even if he wouldn't put it in the circle, usually he's good at going that one. So even if he didn't put it into the circle, you could at least point and show what it was that he wanted. So that is the communication aid for him. And then another adaptation for the academics, I'm going to get my daughter to model here for me. It's actually for my son, but he is not being cooperative. Our schools make all the students do morning work or DOI work in the morning. And so this would actually be in a binder with pages and Velcro on it. But it's just an example of what he could do. one thing is on his IEP before, he needed to know what his birthday was. So it would have the mixed up things down at the bottom with choices, and then he could, I'm gonna let you do it, ma'am. Then he could put what his birthday is on there. So his birthday is April 20th, 2005. Okay. Another thing that he had to do was to be able to spell his name. So these letters would be mixed up at the bottom and on with Velcro, and then he would have to spell his name. He knows it goes with, say the letter, D A L E, Dale. And then once he got really good at that, then he could practice writing his name after he spells it. Okay. Another thing that he had to learn at one time was his phone number. So there's a page that you can print out and put in the book that says, I know my phone number. So it would have the numbers mixed up at the bottom.
Oh, bother.
And of course they would be on there with Velcro.
Oh, bother.
Yeah. So usually he can say it, but actually putting it in numbers or dialing it would be a different story. So what is your phone number? It's 256. Say it.
5, 6,
256.
5, 5, 0,
550.
If this thing will cooperate. 6,
6
3,
3. Right now he is very good at Right now he's very good at saying his phone number, but actually being able to punch it on the phone is another thing. And one mistake I made when I taught him to say his phone number, I did not teach him the area code, because we live in one area code, but we go to school in another area code. So that would be very beneficial in helping him to learn how to write his name. I'm going to show you some other options of pages that you can edit to put on here. This would be the cover of it, to where it would say, you could put the child's name here, morning binder.
633.
Then there's the I can spell my name. I can spell my first name. I can spell my last name.
4.
I can spell my full name.
1.
Then I can write my name.
1.
I can write my first name.
3.
I can write my last name. I can write my full name. Then another one, here's the I know my birthday. My printer was out of ink, so this is what it actually looked like. I just handwrote it a while ago. I know my birthday. Then I can write my birthday. I know how old I am. There's for you to put a picture of the child and for them to put how old they are. I can write how old I am. It models it for them first for them to put the number in, and then they could copy it. And it gives you the options there all the way through age 21. There's the I know my phone number, so once they put it in, they could actually practice typing it on a phone. Then they can practice writing the phone number, and then writing the phone number without the blocks. I know my address. This is something my son can say, but not something he usually writes. So he would be able to have the printed blocks there that tell his address, and then he could get used to writing the address. This would be where you could practice with calendars, spelling the different months. And then here are pictures of the different months. Writing the month again. Then there's all practice pages for that. There are numerous things that's adaptable however you wanted to do it, but these would all be put in page protector sleeves with Velcro on them in a 3-ring binder so that the students can easily access this on their own. Then there is also a rubric for if you have to grade this for their IEP, if it's one of their IEP goals. You can look on there, and there's Monday, Tuesday, all the way through Friday, and you can circle 0 says refuses to complete work, no work completed. So if I was grading my son on tonight, it would be a 0. 1 is 5 plus prompts, off task, uncooperative, work finished later in the day. A 2 for 4 or less prompts needed multiple reminders to stay on task. 3 or less prompts needed some reminders to stay on task, good behavior. 4 2 or less prompts on task, expected behavior. And 5 0 to 1 prompts on task, independent, excellent work. So those are my 3 assistant technology modification projects. Thank you.